Well, really, really proud of our guys. This was a huge win for us because it's the end of this energy cycle. We've been at it for a while. We've been on the road for a while. And to be back home finally, coming off of a great road conference win and playing against a team that I think is pretty good. When I watched them, they led Clemson in the second half at under 12 minutes. And they play a style that's different. And so it was a heck of a win for us. I thought the performance of our guys all game was really good. I thought the second half performance of our team was outstanding. Defensively, for the first, I think, 12 minutes, I think they had 10 points. So we did a really good job defensively. The ball had energy offensively. We moved it. We shared it. We got good looks, and guys knocked them down. Obviously, Brandon was outstanding, and we needed all of it. When Jalen picked up his second foul, he came in. I think he scored the first 12 points of the game and got us going. And everyone will talk about it, which they should. 30 points and 6 threes and all of those things. But I thought Zach was equally as good, and especially his defense on Blanton. Blanton's over a 50% shooter from the floor and averaging about 16 points a game. And for Zach, who's the primary defender, but then at times we switch with Cam, for those guys to hold him to 5 for 17 and 11 points was as big as anything that happened today. And so I'm really, really proud of that. In the second half, we rebounded it better. We didn't turn it over as much. And we scored, and we finally made some shots. We have not shot the basketball like I think we're capable of shooting all year. It was good to see the ball go through the basket.
Brandon, did you know about when did you learn that Nelly was calling this game, and what did it mean for you to have this kind of performance with him calling this game on TV?
I think he told me yesterday, maybe the day before. But to have him there, it was a great feeling. But to also have my family there, supporting me, it's just something that I've obviously dreamed of since I was a kid. I've always wanted to come to this school, play in this arena, and it made me feel really at home to know that I have my brother over there doing what he's doing and my family there supporting me.
It didn't seem like it took many shots to go in before you start playing with a little swagger and a little confidence. Where does that come from for you?
Hours and hours and hours of work in the gym. I'm always gonna rely on my work, and if I hit a few shots and I feel good, you're gonna see me out there looking confident.
When did you start knowing you were having a good game? What was that moment? Obviously, you scored the first 12 points for the team. When did you have that moment? Like, oh wow, I'm having that game.
Early, obviously. I think I got to the line real early. I just felt good. Sometimes as a scorer, whenever it's your night, and whenever I first touched the rock tonight, I knew it was my night.
You guys don't have another game for a week and a half. What are you going to do with all this momentum you built up tonight?
I'm going to keep working in the gym and prepare for the next game.
Brandon, this time last year, you're suiting up for Lincoln Park playing high school ball. What's this last 12 months been like and the transition you've gone through?
Obviously, ACC basketball is a lot different from, WPIAL basketball. But my coaches and my teammates, they've done their best to prepare me for the transition. I feel like I've been transitioning pretty well, and I can't wait to make the next step forward.
It isn't me for either of you, but just with this 10-day break, just kind of how does it come at a great time after this 5 game road trip for you to just kind of get some rest and kind of recover a little bit?
Yeah, I think it is. Finally get to sleep in our own beds for more than 2 days, so that's gonna be nice. And then we still got finals, so I'm trying to lock in on that right now. To be honest, I had one today. I got an 82. I feel good.
Zach,
sorry. What's the pride you take in your defense?
It's a lot of pride. Shout out to them for pushing me every day to be the defender they want me to be, and I just try to go out and do my best. That's really it.
Zach, what went into there was like a 6-minute span where you guys didn't allow a single point from them. It seemed like you guys were over everything they wanted to do, and they were shooting 50% from 3 in the first half. It seemed like it's just a Herculean turnaround on you guys' part.
We just buckled down and try to get some kills. We didn't get no kills in the first half. We came together as a group. It was like, we're going to get some kills.
Zach. Kills and 3 stops.
Yeah, 3 stops. I'm sorry.
Okay.
My fault.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what that is.
My fault. But yeah, we was just trying to get kills, and then we got a lot. I think what was that, 23? That was the scoring run? Yeah, so we did our job.
Zach. You're a team that gets a lot of offensive rebounds, Zach. You guys really maybe gave up 2 during that whole run. I mean, was that something you emphasized, focus on making sure they didn't get those second?
Yeah, we stressed that at halftime. They had 6 to our 3, and we knew they was a good rebounding team before. So we just want to lock in, help our bigs out. Everybody crash, box out, just the little things, stuff like that is why they was getting rebounds. And once we locked in on the second half, we held them.
Brandon, you said you were feeling it early, but were you also proud of the quality of shot that you took within the flow of the offense?
Yeah, I mean, my teammates did an amazing job of putting me in situations where they know I'm comfortable scoring the ball. So it really made it easy for me to go out there and do that. So, all the credit really goes to them.
What's going through your mind when Jalen, who's been balling out for you guys, has to come off the floor so early in a game, and you got to step into a big role?
Me and Jalen are really close. I mean, we live together, so I see him every day, talk to him every day. And this is exactly what he would want me to go out there and do. My job on the team is to be the backup point guard. I think he's the best point guard in the country, so he knows that I'm prepared at any moment to go out there and do what he does. So I think we're both happy that I was able to go out there and do that.
Zach, when was the first time that you really saw this in Beebah, that he could score 30 points as a freshman?
On his visit, he had came. I didn't know who Beebah was, to be honest. I just got here, so I didn't really know all the lore of Pittsburgh. So he had came here on a visit, and like I said before the season started, he's one of the best scorers I played with. He was hitting some tough shots, but I was thinking in my head bro, this not his body. I wasn't thinking this was him. And then we playing in the summer, he's still hitting them shots. I'm like, that's him. Ain't nothing you can do with him.
Zach, what's it about this team that can bring so much energy off the bench? You were that guy for a bit. Now you're back in a starting role. Papa's done that for you guys at Ohio State. Beebah's now done it. Was there something special about this team that gives you that energy off the bench?
Just the trust the coaches put in us, man. They make sure that everybody knows that they trust every shot we take. They see us work every day on them. The stuff we do, and it's just work. At the end of the day, it's just work. We all working. We're working together. We're working with the coaches, and it's showing. And it's going to continue to show as long as we keep doing it.
Jeff, did you feel like there were a few things that you guys needed to correct defensively in the first half, or was it just, hey, Eastern Kentucky was just in their flow and that was tough to stop?
Defensive rebounding. They had 14 points on offensive rebounds. Some of their threes came on offensive rebounds. That was the big thing. We wanted to be up a little bit more on some of their ball screens. To start the game out, we were in a coverage that probably wasn't good for us. And it made us, I thought, a little bit lazy on the ball. And so they hit a couple doing that. But it was really just the defensive rebounding. They had 14 points on offensive rebounds in the first half.
Was there anything specific with Zach's shot that you worked on this offseason with him to get him to this level?
It was just being consistent, just making sure his feet were ready and he was shot ready. That's really the main thing, and then just repetition. Zach shot a high percentage at High Point, and I wouldn't say he shot a decent percentage, but he made a lot. And so it's something that we knew that he could do. It's just about repping it out and making, at this level, your shot preparation has to be different than what it was at his previous place. And it's something that he really wanted to work on after the season, and he put a lot of time in the summer.
Is 21 assists on 33 makes the kind of ratio you're looking for?
Well, yeah. I mean, I thought we did a great job of sharing the ball. The ball had energy. I thought that's why we made shots in the second half.
Jeff, as a freshman, how do you think Beebah did as far as staying in the flow of the offense, even when he was feeling it?
Yeah, I thought he was outstanding. I mean, it was interesting to hear some of his answers. Beebah's been confident since I saw him, since the first time I saw him. He's a really, really confident kid. And the confidence comes, I think, because of the work. He's a gym rat. He's one of the most low-maintenance guys that I've coached. He's an unbelievable teammate. And he's a sponge. Like, he wants to learn, he wants to be really good, and he puts the time in. I got here a little early for our shoot-around today, and he was shooting with Milan before shoot-around. And we were really trying to work with him on his shot preparation. It's different. When you go up levels, man, it's different, and trying to get more force for him to have his feet ready and and ready to shoot and jumping straight up and down. I got on him. The last three he missed in the corner. You know, Beebah has a tendency at times, he doesn't shoot the same shot every time. And and I get it. The last one I got it because he was feeling good, and it was kind of like where you just let it go and you think it's good. But just the shot preparation and the mechanics, just having that become really, really consistent.
Other than the shooting, how much better has Zach gotten kind of in his all-around game since last year?
Yeah, well, he's gotten a lot better. Number one, he has experience at this level now. He knows what's required. He understands how to work. But one of the big things, man, if you can shoot the basketball, that opens up a lot of stuff. That opens up drives because people have to get out to you. Last year, people kind of left him and gave him shots. He didn't want to be that guy this year. And so he really put a lot of time in and worked, and that's opened up for him to be able to drive and cut.
Cam hasn't put up a lot of shots in this past few games, and he also hasn't totaled a high number of rebounds. Is there something that you guys are working with him to improve there, or is that just kind of the pace of those games?
Well, I thought last game against Virginia Tech, I thought one of the big reasons we won was he and Guillermo. Mm-hmm. Again, everyone will talk about Jalen, and they should, because of what he did to close the game. But those two guys against Virginia Tech, how they rebounded the basketball, how Cam passed it in the short rolls, and then what they did defensively. Cam had 4 blocks against Virginia Tech. I thought Cam was really good today. He had some plays that it doesn't show up on a score sheet, on a stat sheet, but he ran, he sealed for Jalen to drive. He made some outstanding passes that maybe didn't lead to an assist, but maybe it led to a hockey assist. Sometimes we missed a shot, but I thought he did a really, really good job, and he did a really good job defensively.
Coach, when you look at the starting lineup, especially with Zach now in there for his second game in a row, what does having, him in that 3 spot provide differently that you didn't have before he moved into the starting lineup?
Well, look, our team became very different when Damian got hurt. And we didn't have a lot of time to practice because we've been on the road. And so, we went with a lineup that we thought would be good for us. And it was good against Ohio State. Nothing was good against Mississippi State. Nothing. Nothing was good. But one of the things that we wanted to do with getting Zach in there was A, to get more experience. B, I thought it would help us rebound because Zach is a good, he's our most athletic guy. And then Zach has been shooting the basketball really, really well. And I thought it would help us defensively as well. And so we decided to make that move, and it's helped us defensively. We haven't defended well in the first half. I thought we defended okay in the first half today. We didn't against Virginia Tech, but both second halves were outstanding.
In the role that Guillermo's playing this year, is he getting different types of shots than what he was getting last year?
Yeah, he's getting definitely different types of shots. One of the big things with him, look, he's struggling right now. He's struggling shooting the basketball. He's doing some other things well, but he's struggling shooting the basketball. And as long as he's taking good shots, I'm okay with it. But I know that he's struggling. I know what it's like to be him. And I feel for him. But I believe in him. His teammates believe in him. Even though he struggles shooting the basketball, he had 6 rebounds today. He had some key defensive possessions against Virginia Tech. He had a huge 3 against Virginia Tech, and he hit 2 free throws when we were down 2 with under 2 minutes left. So he's done some really good things for us this year. The shots are different because he's not as still as he is when he was at the 5. And so what we've really tried to work with him on and show him the past couple of days leading to this game is his shot preparation. That's one of the biggest things. He has to be able to get his feet set quicker and getting power into his shot where he's stepping into it. When you have more time, you have more time to do that. Teams are also playing him different because of how he shot the basketball last year, especially when he was a 40% three-point shooter. But he's struggling. He's going to be good for us. I believe it. We believe it. And he's doing some other stuff that really, really helped winning. But certainly he didn't play his best tonight.
How have you seen him, fight through trying to stop the shooting performance from bleeding into everything else that he does?
Yeah, well, one of the biggest things at times as a player is that you have to get outside of your own head. And you have to block the noise. Guillermo and Jorge, but we're talking about Guillermo right now. Guillermo has been as important as any guy in this program the last 3 years. You know, our program changed when he got here. He was a part of a group, but he was a big part of it. He and his brother's energy and what they bring to our program every day. There's no one on our team that's beloved more than Guillermo. The thing that I appreciate is that I know that he's struggling, but I see him show up every day with an unbelievable attitude. I see him work before practice. I see him work after practice. And it's just a matter of time before the floodgates are open and he starts shooting the basketball like we know that he's capable of shooting. But one of the biggest things for him right now, I've talked to him about this. I'll talk to him more because I know this from experience. It happened to me really my senior year. He's got to block the noise out because I'm sure it's a lot of noise. You know, my big thing is that if you're a Pitt fan, then you should cheer for the kid. You shouldn't judge him. You shouldn't be negative. It's easy to pile on someone when they're down. But my thing is that if you're a fan of our program, you're a fan of Pitt basketball, then you're a fan of all of Pitt basketball, not just when someone's doing well. And we need everyone to rally around him because we need him to be at our best. See you.
Thank you.